kind of retarded.
If you take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up.
My name is Jeff.
Everybody knows you never go full retard. You went full retard.
Did I stutter?
Naughty, naughty.
Hello, America. It's time to check the nonsense at the door, clear the cobwebs between your ears, and have a rational-ish conversation. This is the lost art of common sense.
To all you graduates, as you go out into the world, my advice to you is, don't go. It's rough out there. Move back with your parents. Let them worry about it.
Back.
Hey, there you go. Hello, America. I'm Matt.
And I'm Josh.
And this is the lost art of common sense.
See, now we're on. I think my thing's all messed up. That's right. We took last week off because I was super busy, and Kevin's out fishing for clown colleges because clowns got to eat too.
Oh, yeah.
In case people didn't know. This is what Kevin's doing. Yep. Right there. And then, like always, we start the show off giving a little shout out to Barry Todd, promoting his book. It's all about helping people pay for their their defenses if they get in a self-defense shooting. So it's well worth it. And apparently I did not reset that one because professionalism.
No, you did not, because Kevin is not here.
No, he's not. He's fishing for clowns.
Fishing for clowns.
This week, Matt gave me this idea. It is about time for people to go back to school. So we're going to be talking about colleges starting up, but is it worth it? Matt.
Yeah.
Were you told growing up that if you wanted to be something when you grew up, that you better go to college?
Oh, absolutely. I think everybody told me that. My teachers, my mom, definitely. My dad, not so much, just because he was a carpenter. He didn't really do it, but he always wanted me to go to school. He always said, you need to go to college. You need to be better, make something of yourself. So that's what he always told me.
Yeah, I mean, you hear a lot in school and all that stuff too.
What's that?
Did you hear that a lot in school and stuff too?
Oh yeah, all my teachers would say you need to go to college, you need to get your grades back up and go to college so you can make something of yourself and make money. Be somebody.
Yeah, I never. Ironically, I was never really, and I don't know if my parents just saw something. I wouldn't say special, but maybe special. Like that's my special guy. But they didn't really push me to go to college.
My special boy.
You're so special. You make us so happy. I remember hearing that stuff in high school.
Color
but
by numbers. Yeah.
I like the thing with me though is I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I was
still don't.
yeah, I was like, I did end up going to some college because I started working where I work now, and I was like, this sucks. I want to go to college. But then I didn't want to take out a bunch of loans, and I was broke. I was living off $300 every 2 weeks, living in my own apartment, and I didn't take loans out for a living, which I guess I probably would have finished if I'd done that, but I'm glad I didn't because I don't have any student debt.
That's always good.
But then I was going for marketing, and I was like, this is like not going to get me anywhere other than making posters at a bank, so it's not worth my time.
Yeah. When I was getting out of high school, I didn't really try in high school. I could have done really well, but I didn't really try. I did the bare minimum.
Too cool for school.
I passed. Oh yeah, because I was so popular back then. And I
bullshit.
didn't do very well. Yeah, pretty much. So I went to college. I was going to a small school around town here, and I was enrolled, I guess, and I went to a couple classes, but I didn't care. I was like, whatever, school, I don't care about it. So I didn't do very well there either. And then I was in the car business. I was a detailer and a lot attendant, and then I wanted to try sales. So I was like, well, screw school, I'm going to go into sales. And then that happened. I was pretty good in it, but I hated it. And then
Why'd you hate it?
Well, I hated the car sales business just because I think it had a lot to do with where I worked at. They're not pleasant, and they don't really care about the people,
like
especially their employees. Sounds like them.
I literally just picked that dealership out of my head. It's the only one I know of.
Well, I can neither confirm. Yeah. Nor deny if it was them. But yeah, so then I kind of was going through life doing life things, and then I was like, oh, I can do some stuff, and then now I'm like, okay, I still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going back to school right now and taking classes to get a degree, because a lot of places, if you apply and you don't have a degree, then they don't really listen to you.
And now you do care.
Now I care. Now I'm actually doing
paying
good.
For it.
Yes. Because I am paying for it and getting, yeah.
Surprisingly enough, I did better in college than I did in high school. I'm relatively, I think, even though I do a very good job of hiding it, intelligent. Like, I didn't try hard in high school. I had no problem passing. Yeah. But I think I've said this on the show before. If my brain doesn't like something, like if I think it's stupid, I cannot learn it no matter how hard I try. Just can't.
Right.
Like algebra. Geometry?
I
don't even know why. I picked up geometry quite well. Algebra is super stupid. Even though I'm sure I do it every day.
All math is fucking stupid. But yeah.
Math is the language of the universe.
Well, then I don't speak universe.
But but no, like when I went to college, and I'm not gonna lie, I took co-op and got out, but I enjoyed high school. I liked taking American history and government and all that stuff, and I enjoyed going to high school. I never had any problem doing that. And then I enjoyed going to college, so I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't show up to a class every now and again with from the night before drunk still going.
Oh yeah,
I had to give a speech once, and I was half in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a 85%.
Awesome.
The only thing I got knocked on, and I can't believe it wasn't my slurring, is I was leaning on the podium because I was still kind of, not on solid
You
ground.
needed to stand. You needed to stand.
But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed going. I was just like, I didn't see the point of continuing, and I didn't even think about it. But I probably could have got food stamps because, like I said, I was making $600 a month going to school with an apartment, and I had like $40 out of every paycheck to last me 2 weeks. So I ate a lot of ramen, but I never even thought about getting on food stamps or anything because I just don't like relying on people, or I'm very stubborn about asking for help. So.
Well, that's the same with me. After a while there, I was kind of struggling. I probably could have got on food stamps and some other stuff, but I was like, no, I'll be dirt poor. I'll be here before I go on that because I don't want to rely on the government and everything. And I had people trying to tell me to do this, and then I was like, nope, not doing it. And then, not because I think I'm better than anybody, because I definitely am not, but I was just like, I don't want to do that. That's not me. So,
well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's no reason to apologize for, unless you're an absolute destitute. And I could argue that I kind of was, as far as like, yeah, I want to go to school so I could do this, so I could keep going, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to take out any school loans. I'm not going to get on any financial help. I was just like, well, I'm tired of being poor. And my original plan was, I didn't necessarily get tired of college. I had every intention of going back. But I'm like, I'm going to take a year off, save up some money. And then I ended up working on the road, making decent money. So then taking a year off turned into 25 years.
well, and that was kind of the thing with me, not quite that long. But yeah, I was like, well, I'll give sales a shot and I'll do this and I'll just make money and I'll do it this way. And I was making okay money doing sales, but then like I said, it's just ended up not being something I wanted to do or I was comfortable with at the time. So then I worked at some call centers, worked here, worked there, and then I was like, I'm going to go back to school. So there were a couple times where I'd go back and I'd take a class or two at a time and just kind of figure out what I wanted to do. Nothing was sticking, and then now I'm just like, okay, I need to buckle down and do this.
Were you selling Hyundais?
For a time, yes.
I'm just wondering if you didn't like it because you knew you were selling people piece of shit cars where the engines explode
Hey
for
now,
no apparent reason.
hey now.
I was watching a
Take offense to
review
that.
on the Hyundai Santa Fe, and it was a tester, and it had like 500 miles on it, and the engine just blew up for no reason.
What
and
year
apparently
was it?
It's a thing. It was a brand new one, like 2025.
Oh. Geez.
It's like a thing. They have really good warranties. Like if you blow your engine, they'll just replace it, but then you're without a car for quite a while.
Yeah, just don't have a white painted
because the paint falls
any
off.
Hyundai because it will fall off. And then it was a thing, and then they kept getting sued. So then they're like, oh yeah, we'll have a warranty for it. And then they're like, okay, well, we're gonna stop doing the warranty for it, but it's still happening with the certain cars, and they know it's a thing. So then they kept getting sued. So then they were like, okay, we'll bring it back. So
yeah, Chevy GM had that problem for quite a while. I mean, it would take a while, but and I don't know, maybe it's heat down here. You see a shit ton of Chevys, like especially the vans that just paint's just like gone. Not faded, not like missing powder coat. The paint fell off the steel. So
yeah, I don't know if that happens too much up here.
Now, when people were telling you to go to college, Matt, were they was avoiding a manual labor job like one of the examples given, like, oh, if you don't want to do this or do that, because it was either like go to college or dig ditches. It seems kind of like, if you weren't made out, if you
you don't want to be a garbage man.
It's like, well, the world needs ditch diggers.
I've heard that.
But it's like,
go ahead.
Was that kind of used like as a, well, you better do this or this is going to happen?
Certain people, yes. One in particular, they would always say that. They're like, well, you don't want to be a garbage man and you don't want to do all this other stuff. I was like, why? They make good money.
They do. They don't down here.
I could
do
shit
for money down here. But yeah, I remember here in like garbage
Well,
men
when we
actually
were
made really
growing
good money.
up, yeah, it's good. Yeah. So I was like, I don't care. Again, my dad was a carpenter, so I wasn't afraid of doing hard work or labor. I didn't care. But that was with certain people when they were talking to me about going to college. They're like, yeah, you don't want to do this. You need to go in and you need to learn electronics because technology is the future, which it is. And I probably should have taken that a little bit more seriously. Or engineering or stuff like that. They would talk about, but then they were like, yeah, you don't want to just go do whatever. Dig ditches.
Well, yeah, digging. I don't. And the funny thing is, even back when I was a kid, I don't think people actually hand dug ditches for quite a while. Since the invention of the backhoe or excavator.
Right.
Yeah, I just thought it was weird because that was always a thing. Like, if you don't do this, you don't do that. And like, but why has manual labor seemed to have been looked down on over the past? I put decades in the question, but I think it's even longer than that. It's just if someone did manual labor, it seemed like they were looked down on more so, as far as that being a respectable way of making a living.
I agree with that, and I think even growing up, there were movies and TV shows where it was kind of like that too. That put people that were in construction were looked at differently than the people in the suits. Whatever. I'm not sure why, because the people in the suits need a building to work in, so they need someone to build that building, and they need all these manual laborers to do stuff. So I honestly don't know why they do that. And a lot of people in construction, depending on what you do, you can make good money. You can make better money than a lot of these suits.
I think it seems like, and it almost seems like people think because you're doing manual labor that you're unintelligent. Because like you hear like the elites, how they talk about uneducated voters.
Yeah.
It's like, not college educated, but there's a difference. If you're a straight up laborer, just like do this, do that, and there's nothing wrong with that, but like,
right,
it's not like non-craft labor, then yeah, anybody could probably do it as long as you have a good work ethic. But like tradesmen and stuff, they're good at what they do. Electricians, the stuff they have to figure out.
Oh yeah, you got to be smart.
Plumbers, to have the ability of just cutting through somebody's floor joists and not giving a shit and not telling anybody that you did it, which actually happened in my last house.
Oh, fantastic.
It's like, oh, we're going to move the tub. We don't need this floor joist. Just cut right through it. So I ended up having to go into the house and reshore it.
Jeez.
But, yeah, I don't know why that is.
I never understood that. Yeah, I never understood it.
And the funny thing is like, I love working with metal. I'm like, what do you call that? I'm good at a lot of things, expert.
Metalhead? Yeah.
No, but like, what did it say? I forgot to say.
You're diverse.
But I can weld. I can do some woodworking stuff, do electrical, a little bit of plumbing. I can do a little bit of everything. But I think carpentry is one of the coolest trades because I like those guys. And metalworking, like anything that where you take raw material. I personally like metal better because you can mess metal up, and it's very forgiving. Wood, throwing it out, starting anew.
And it ain't cheap.
Yeah, custom woodwork and stuff like that is super talented. That's why we got lucky in where we're living now. The guy was a custom cabinet builder, so we got like super nice built-ins. I'm like, yeah, that's right. I'm loaded. No, I couldn't afford any of this if it wasn't already in here. But yeah, I just think, well, and we had construction workers have this like hoot and hollering kind of thing about them, and rampant sexual harassment, I guess. That was portrayed in the movies a lot.
Yeah.
And is there some truth to that?
Get your hand off my penis!
I'm just saying.
There might be a.
But yeah.
It was.
Go ahead.
It was weird. Like even I remember in high school. I was friends with everybody, growing up. I was friends with the cool kids. I was friends with the nerds. I was friends with everybody.
You were the floater.
I was
I was
literally a floater, and most people liked me pretty good. But anyway, it was just weird because I'd see like the people that took welding or carpentry.
When you comment and your name comes up, we know you're talking about yourself.
Hey, other guy. No, like people that took welding or were in shop or whatever, they got looked at differently by people, and I just never understood. I never understood it. I was like, they're actually learning something, so when they get out of here, and if they can't go to school, then they have something to fall back on. That's good for them. They know something that you don't.
Yeah, and I think I'm sure we brought it up before on the show, but I think it was a horrendously bad idea to get rid of metals, woodworking, small engines, home ec. They may still have home ec, but like those should all be required things.
It was required 15 years ago, up here anyway.
Yeah, like those should all be required things because it just gives you a good fundamental, stuff. Like, that way anybody who graduates knows how to do a little bit of welding, a little bit of woodwork. Home ec basically teaches you how to take care of your home.
Well, yeah, home ec. I think home ec was required, and then in middle school we all did shop, and then in high school it was an elective.
That's the way it kind of was. Like, yeah, we had woodworking. I don't think we did anything metal-wise in junior high. We had woodworking shop where I made a collapsible card table.
We made birdhouses and racetracks.
I stole his account. I was going to put bad stuff on this account, but enjoyed the show for that guy. Oh, thanks. Thanks, stranger who stole Kevin's account.
Remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, stranger. So yeah, I think that was a bad move because I don't care what you're going to college for. It's always good to be handy and not have to rely on somebody else. Now, granted, I know if people have money, you're like, well, screw it, I'm just going to hire somebody to do it. So there's a lot of people that pay people to mow their lawns in my neighborhood. My neighborhood, I mean, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 people. I'm like, I'm never going to do that. 1, I enjoy taking care of my lawn. And 2, I just feel like it's a waste of money.
Yeah.
I could be spending it on way more dumb shit. Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of college nowadays? Like, when you think of it, what comes to mind? Is it higher education, higher learning?
I don't know. I mean, I've been back in college past couple of years, but I do it online, so I don't have to deal with it. So I don't have to actually go there and deal with it. I have gone there a couple times, either to see an advisor, see whoever, and it's weird because you think of, I mean, when I think of school, I think of partying, and think of just stupid kids that don't know what they're doing at the moment. What up, Jared?
What's up, Jared?
Hey, Jared.
Okay. The pirate put up another. Man, even though, see, the funny thing is AI can do whatever liberal nerds want to do, but if Elon Musk makes those robots, then we're all fucked.
Yeah. Do you see the one
robot
where
technicians
touched in a naughty place and she about smacked the crap out of whoever was touching her?
What are you talking about?
Did you see that video?
No.
There was a video of a robot and it had a chick's face on it, and this guy was like, I don't even think he touched her inappropriately. I think he was just like touching it or whatever in the stomach area, and all of a sudden she like freaked out and about hit him.
Huh.
And I was like, oh, that's not awkward. Anyway, no, college nowadays, and it's probably what everybody else thought. What? I missed it. Yes.
Yeah, it says rape bot. It's like he's gone, but he's still here.
I was gonna say, for as much as you're commenting, you might as well.
You're still interrupting Matt. You're not even on the show.
Yes. Mother. I just thought about that too.
My name is Jeff.
Yeah.
Keep going, Matt. Don't let Kevin break your mind of thought.
Man, you're making me angry and you're not even here. I completely forgot where I was going with that. What do you think of college nowadays?
I don't think of it the same way I did before. There are a lot of good colleges out there where people actually go to get an education, but I never, all through my life, I never thought, and it always annoyed me that because of a piece of paper that somehow, it doesn't necessarily mean you know anything, because if the one thing that they teach in college a lot, well, not really teach, but what you're made aware of, is as soon as you graduate, your brain's going to do a brain dump. So most of the shit that you learned, and if I'm hiring somebody for a job, I'm looking at experience. Unless it's an entry-level job and, like, you know, it's programming, typing code, something like that, you know, a degree comes in handy. But, I mean, like business management, stuff like that, I'm going to take somebody who doesn't have a college degree but has life experience over someone who just got out of college. Because
I agree with that.
I ran into a lot of people in my line of work that just have college degrees and have no real life experience, and they have no idea what the hell they're doing, and they are wrong about a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's just not practical. It's like the people that write a lot of the laws and regulations have no idea what the hell they're talking about, and then they try to implement it, and it doesn't compute.
Yeah.
So, and Kevin would like to hear you talk.
Would he? Then maybe
I mean, technically, I'm the one who keeps putting, I guess I'm the one interrupting you because I'm the one putting his, you know, I apologize,
both are.
Matt.
You both are.
I apologize. It's my bad.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
Everybody knows you never go full retard. You went full retard.
That's what I did. I apologize to you.
I will accept that.
I'm kind of retarded.
That, yes.
Are all colleges in the business of educating our future workforce or making money?
I don't think you can lump every college into either category. Obviously, colleges are a business. They're the same as everything else. So yes, they want to make money. They're there to make money, but I think they also want to teach. I think they want to educate people. Obviously, if they weren't educating people, or at least making some kind of a progress in that area, then they wouldn't be making that much money. Or offering
unless you're
something.
Harvard.
Well, yeah.
Somehow make ass tons of money, and then nobody will. I actually heard that more and more people, if you graduated from Harvard, it'll actually remove you from the hiring process, especially lawyers.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people nowadays, I need to look into that. So I don't want to speak out of turn, but most people that go to Harvard straight out of high school or whatever, they probably just go there for maybe a couple of years and then transfer to somewhere else and then just finish up there, unless they want the nostalgia, or the not nostalgia, to be able to call themselves a Harvard man or whatever, woman, Harvard graduate. But no, I think colleges do want to educate people. I think there are some colleges that are more interested in making money and then also trying to get attention of people and pushing their own agenda on the students, I guess. I don't know. Yeah,
and I don't even know if it's just that. The reason why I kind of brought that up and wanted to, because it's not all colleges. Like Hillsdale is an actual college, even though you can take a lot of free courses. I would take Victor David Hansen's course or lecture on World War II. It's free, and it is wonderful and very educational because he does it as a complete standalone bystander with no bias toward to the Allies or the whatever they called the bad people, axis of evil. But you shouldn't be able to. Oh yeah, we do have a guest next week. I don't remember the person's name. Kevin will have to put that in the comments.
Don't know who you are, but
No,
we're ready for you.
Here's what I don't get. Like, if you weren't just doing it for the money, you wouldn't offer degrees that you charge a shit ton of money for that get you absolutely nowhere in life. And there's a lot of them. Like a lot of the crazy, college-educated liberals that you say all this stupid shit and go to these protests and you find out what they're going to, college for, and it's like, you're not going to get a job in that. Like DEI technique. Now, granted, there was a very small window where that was a thing.
Yeah.
But, and I do think that, in order to make colleges, not all, I would say a lot, but in order to make them at least more on the up and up, they need to, I think they've talked about it, kind of chart out, okay, this is your degree, this opens you up to this field, and this is the amount of money that you're expected to get.
Yeah.
Adam Brandon is going to be our guest next week.
Okay.
Adam Brandon. But I think that's and maybe even in high school before we enroll. And if you don't know what you're going to do, there's no point in going to college.
Yeah, I think a good thing, and I almost did this and probably should have done it, was take a year or something off between high school and college. Then you're not in just party modes like I'm out of high school, whatever. So you actually get some life experience and you can figure out kind of what you want to do. And then go to school after that if you want to do that, or go to the military or do whatever you want. Do trade school, whatever you want to do there. I think that'd be a good
to go
idea.
To the military, but I fucked my back up in football.
I also wanted to go to the military and lost a ton of weight to get there, but then they found something in one of my medical deals that had nothing to do with anything that they were looking at, and they're like, well, no, we're not going to take you to MEPS. So,
sorry, only 2 nipples allowed in the military.
Yeah. I had an asthma attack in middle school, so they were like, no, we don't want to take you. You have to get tested yourself.
Well, that's true. Oh, got a little shout out. What's up, Eric? Hope you're having a good night, buddy. Hope you're enjoying the show. Yeah,
welcome.
I think, I just think you should have a good idea of what you're doing. Like, it's like, this is what this degree is going to cost you. This is how much you're going to make. This is how long you're going to be paying. Because people take out, like, they don't work. They don't work because I'm putting all my time into studying, which some do, most don't. And then they rack up not only a school expenses, then they rack up tens of thousands of dollars a year in living expenses.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, all right, well, you're going to be paying this off your entire life when you probably could have made out better if you just got into a trade.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
Yeah.
What do you think of college loans anyway? They've gotten out of control?
A little bit. I actually just had a meeting with our financial aid person the other day, and she's like, yeah, you don't really borrow a lot, so this is going to take about 5 minutes, but it's pretty easy to get confused and lost in what the financial aid system is and what you can actually get out of it. Because with me, you file your FAFSA, you enroll in the college, and then it brings up, so like, hey, you can get all this money. You can just get loans, and then you don't have to pay for it while you're still in school. So people are like, oh yeah, if I can get $7,000 here and another loan for $6,000, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I don't care if it's subsidized or unsubsidized. So
yeah, and that's why I like Kevin's idea. If you're going to have federal, college loans, if you really want to do give people a break, you can do a 1% interest on the loan, and if they default on the loan, I think it should go against the colleges.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. Makes both people, stays on that person's record, but then it leaves it up to the school that charges an ass ton of money for a bullshit degree. I just think a lot of things would change, and they probably wouldn't be bringing in. They're not going to have a bunch of dumbass bullshit classes that aren't going to make you ready to join the workforce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they're on the hook for something.
I was flipping through TikTok the other day, and there's this, I think it's more so for YouTube, but there's this videos of all these influencers and content creators that go on YouTube that don't have college degrees or that went to college for a little bit and then it's like, screw this, I'm going to put content on the internet, and they're making really good money. And then on the other side of the table, there were people that went to college and have degrees and all this other stuff, or are in college. And some of the people that were in college and stuff, the degrees they got were just weird. They were just weird. And then they didn't have anything to do with what they were actually doing in life. And one person, I think there are certain degrees you get, and I don't have a problem if it has to do with what you're actually doing. Like if you take dance, if you have a degree in dance and then you go on to be a dancer somewhere that's not a strip club or anything, then you're fine.
I have a degree from Juilliard.
Well, where do you work?
Minor in pole dancing.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, my sister, she went to Wartburg private school up here, and I think her major was communications, and she works at she worked at Rockwell now. I can't remember what the company she works at now is, but she's making good money. But I don't think it had anything to do with her degree.
Yeah, I think that happens to a lot of people. I mean, is everybody is everyone cut out for college? I mean, because they tell you if you want to make something yourself, you better go to college.
No, not everybody's made out for college. People don't want to. I mean, I know I wasn't, especially right after high school. You don't want to wake up and go to classes. You don't want to do all this stuff. You'd rather do something to make money or do something fun. And then they just don't have the, I guess, work ethic to sit down and study, and they're not good at math and they don't understand some stuff, but they're very knowledgeable in their craft and what they do for work. So, no.
Well, and there's some things about it where once you get to college, when you go with K through 12 and you have, whether it be dyslexia or just like your brain works a certain way, so you need to absorb information a certain way.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that help in college. So like, there are some people that just aren't, read stuff, retain it, whatever. Just some people aren't good at that. So that's why I think it's kind of stupid to pigeonhole everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, here's an interesting question, and this is based on some of the stuff we've heard from some of certain representatives. Has the "you better go to college" caused oversaturation of college grads and a shortage of skilled laborers? And if so, has that led to the dependency on foreign/illegal employment?
It could. I think so. I think with certain families or certain areas, I think, you get a lot of you need to go to college. You're not doing anything. I've known friends whose parents were like, if you drop out of college, then you can figure everything out yourself. Don't bother having anything really to do with us, which sucks. That's kind of shitty parenting. But I don't know. But yeah, I think a lot of people are like, okay, I have to do this. And when they go to college, they have to take all these classes and get these majors because their parents or the the media and everybody else is telling them they have to do because it's going to be good for their future, whether they continue with that in the future or not. And then, yeah, it takes away from skilled laborers if they would have been a really good mechanic or if they would have been good at carpentry or whatever, but instead they went a different route. So,
yeah, and I think,
just because people told them to.
well, and the reason I threw that in there is because a lot of these people bitching about illegals being deported. They're like, oh, well, who's going to build the buildings and build the houses? Like, no one ever did that before. But I think people need to pay attention to the market. Like, you can do whatever you want to do. You might have to make some sacrifices or whatever. But
Yeah.
if right now the market is probably oversaturated with code writers or, whatever. That's why there's a shit ton of people that have college degrees that are doing shit, working at Lowe's or whatever because they can't get a job. And I think that kind of falls on school counselors. That's kind of like what they're like, your junior and senior year, they're supposed to line you up and from my understanding of what they're supposed to do, they're supposed to be talking to you on what you want to do when you get out of high school and kind of guiding
Yeah.
counselor. But to
I
where
never
it's
did
like,
that.
they talk to you. What do you like? Whatever. The market's saturated in this, and this. So, just think about that when you may end up having to move into a different market to where it's not as saturated. I mean, it's like up there, Palmer College Chiropractic. When you graduate Palmer, probably not the best idea to plan on staying in Davenport and starting a chiropractic business. Same thing with like down here, there's a big dental hygienist program. Shit ton of dental hygienists around here.
Mm-hmm.
To where you just got to be like, all right, well, I'm going to go to school and then I'm going to go find a market that doesn't have 5,000, chiropractors per block and, go from there.
Yeah, kind of like Iowa with the lawyers and doctors.
And I do think that that's what's kind of led to. I think there's been a stigmatism there shouldn't have been. Like, I mean, and I think you can get college loans for trade school, and if you don't, you should. But yeah, right
They're
now
actually. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we have an oversaturation of college-educated people and a shortage of skilled trades people.
Yes. No, I agree with that. What I was going to say is there are a lot of schools like Kirkwood here, depending on certain degrees, if you go in certain programs, they'll actually pay your tuition for you just because we need it, because we need people. So I think there's the carpentry program, and there's a whole big list of them. I should have printed it out, but yeah, they'll like pay it for you, or they'll pay half of it, whatever, just because they need more people in there.
Well, and you can make especially if you're willing to travel. If you're a skilled trade, you can make a shit ton of money to where you can retire early if you're smart with your money.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't, so I'm not retiring early. I like shiny things with buttons.
Yeah, very tiny.
So, based on what's been said in our little conversation we've had here, not including Kevin, everything he said was stupid.
Yep.
Is college worth it? And does the better go to college statement, is that good or bad advice? Or is it nuanced?
I think college is worth it, but you have to do it. It's worth it if you use it properly and you're not just going and getting a degree in something stupid that is not going to get you anywhere, just so you can say, hey, I got this degree in this. So I don't know. It has to be for something that you're going to be doing in the future. Now I sound like an old man.
You're getting there, buddy. You're getting there.
Yeah.
One day at a time.
I've kind of noticed. I was like, oh yeah, grown-ups were probably right when I was growing up, telling me I need to fucking do better. Anyway, I don't know. I don't think it's bad advice. I think more education, more you learn is the better. Because, I mean, if you don't learn, even if it's just doing stuff on your own, like my dad, he learned a lot of stuff on his own just by reading or just by doing stuff. I think that'll be fine. But obviously, if you have professionals teaching you and showing you, then that's good. Again, college isn't for everybody, but I don't think it's bad advice, but I don't think it should be shoved down people's throats.
Yeah, I agree with that, especially if you have an actual plan. I don't really agree with this whole go to college to find yourself bullshit. I mean, you can do that anywhere.
Right.
Found out that I'm
Just interact with
horrendously
people.
sarcastic all on my own. I didn't have to go to college for that. And when I was going to Kirkwood, people were either there for marketing or interior design, both of which you had really no future after you got your associates.
Right.
It's like,
When I was going the first time, I think most of the people I knew that were going were just going to get their gen eds out of the way, and then they were going to go to Iowa or UNI or
I've seen
something.
a lot of my one of my brothers did that because it's cheaper. You take your first 2 years, get all your prereqs out of the way, and then you
Yeah.
go to the actual university for your major, so you can be like, I'm an Iowa grad.
When I first went, I was going to be a cop. My cousin was a cop. I knew of a few cops and did some ride-alongs and stuff, so I was going to be a cop. And then after I did more ride-alongs, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be a cop. I was like, this will not end well.
Because it's a job that requires you to deal with horrible people.
Yes.
I could have
And
been a cop.
there were a
But,
couple
you know,
of
if I was
things
going to
that
be a
happened.
cop, I
was
think
just
I'd be a
like,
highway
yeah.
patrolman.
Yeah.
Even though
Might be
arguably
interesting.
that's also one of the more dangerous ones because that's where all the bad stuff
Stupid
gets sent
people are.
across. I'm not going to say I wouldn't have pulled some Super Trooper shit because, again, I'm super immature and sarcastic.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I
Um,
think.
But,
Now keep going. You're going to be a cop. You said
no, I was going to be a cop, and then I decided that was a dumb idea for me. And then I was just going to do my gen eds and get those out of the way. But again, I was stupid and didn't really try other than a couple of classes. And then I was just like, oh, I'm just going to be a car salesman. That ended great.
Hi, I'm Matt. Would you like this Super Hyundai Galante?
I was actually pretty good.
So why didn't you like it? You didn't like making money?
I didn't like how I was making some of the money.
Because you were selling people junk cars with exploding engines. That's how I knew you sold Hyundais.
I don't know.
I figured out
Do
two
that.
things, and they were right on the money.
No,
It's like, oh, I just didn't like how I was
I
making
drive
my
a
money.
Hyundai.
Oh, you must
Drive
have
a
been
Hyundai.
selling Hyundais.
No, not at
And
that
then
point.
you
Not at that
were.
point. Not at that one.
It must have been Subarus.
Nope. Chevys.
Chevys, yeah. That's a horrible way of making money. Selling Chevys.
Better than selling Fords.
Whatever. You watch your whore mouth. I only trust Power Strokes, so I can't really say much. Like, I'm a
Yeah.
huge Ford fan of the Power Stroke, and that's the only thing I really trust.
Well, when I was selling, when I started selling, I was at a Ford dealership. Was my first place that hired me, and that was during the time where the buyout, where the government had to help out Chevy and everything. So one of our best selling tools was, hey, we're not on government money, we're on our own. And it
Yeah.
actually worked more than I thought it would.
And then, incidentally, I think they did raise their prices a lot, though, after that. Like,
They
we don't need government subsidies. We'll just add $10,000 to price for every car. It kind of tracks. Kind of tracks.
A little bit.
I don't think you got anything else on the main topic.
Not really, other than just
Any advice for the Utes?
the youths of the world. Yeah, don't let people shove stuff down your throat. Take all the advice you can, and if people are offering you to teach stuff, yes, listen to it. But then also make up your own mind of what you want to do. Don't just listen to the media and what's cool and what's happening. Just make up your own mind, figure out what you want to do, and do what you need to get the best way to get there.
I agree with that. And I would also say, and I forgot who said this, and I agree with him, the whole follow your dreams thing.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily a good advice because your dream could be stupid or unrealistic.
I wanted to be a pilot when I was little. I was
So
going to
did
fly
I.
my mom around the world.
I wanted to be a pilot. then I found out that I'm somehow colorblind, even though I can see colors. And they said, well, I wanted to be a pilot for the Air Force, and I horrendously failed the color dot test. So apparently I'm super colorblind, but I can see color, so I don't understand. But I it just went through. It was on their website. I went through it, and they're like, "Go fuck yourself." I'm like, "Damn it."
So I think I've told this story before, but when I was looking to join the military, the first place I called was the Air Force, and the first question they asked me, they don't really say much of anything, and then the first thing they asked me was, "What was your high school GPA?" I was like, "All right, nice talking to you. Have a good day."
Yeah, you actually, I think it kind of goes, and this is not talking bad about any branch, but
yeah,
I think it goes Air Force, Navy, Army, Marines. As far as difficulty of joining. Because Air Force isn't just going to take anybody. You have to be somewhat educated and smart.
Oh, yeah.
Same with the Navy. They want, you had to meet, and I think it has more to do with it. They almost give you an SATs test when you join any military branch.
Mm-hmm.
And based on that score, that's what kind of opens the doors to you. But it kind of, from my understanding, that's kind of how it worked.
Yeah.
Because I know, back
the Air
in the
Force
day,
is definitely,
you know, if it was go to jail or join the military, you weren't joining the Air Force.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. And then you find out some guy got arrested for breaking and entering, and then he joins the military and he joins the breaching company or something and just learns how to professionally break into hardened structures.
Well,
yeah, I think people need to weigh their options, weigh the cost of benefit, and just make good choices. And the one good thing about being a skilled tradesman is whatever your trade is, you're going to have some of the coolest shit in that trade. Because some of the people with the coolest houses, the best cars, just the neatest shit are tradesmen that build it for themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's my advice. Let's roll into winners and losers, Matt.
All right.
In my book, you're a winner, too.
I think you're a loser.
Who's your loser, Matt?
My loser... Well, I had one I told you before the show, but I have another one that I don't think I used.
Is it Kevin?
That... No, it is the Idaho murderer. It is Brian Koberger, the guy that, the idiot who went and killed 4 people, 4 students at the University of Idaho. He was stalking them for weeks. And they just broke into their house and
Are you talking about the guy where the case went on forever and they were trying to say, oh, he wasn't there, and they had the DNA on the knife and all that shit?
It didn't go on that long. He made a deal. He made a plea deal where he pled guilty and to avoid the death penalty.
No, but I thought just getting him to court, it went on for a while, and they had hard evidence, oh no, that DNA was on that knife sheath because he had softened it with mink oil before giving it to someone as a gift or some dumb shit. It was 4 college girls, right?
Well, 3 girls and one of their boyfriend. But yeah, James Patterson got involved in this, and it's been on. There's a documentary on. There's a few documentaries out there, but I watched the one that's on Amazon, Amazon Prime, and it's good. I didn't watch the whole court thing. I didn't think it lasted that long. I watched the families. They had all the families come up and talk crap to him, and it was funny. I think it was the first guy. It was one of the girls' dads. And you're not supposed to move the podium at all where you speak at. The guy literally just took it and turned it around to face the idiot and just went to town on him. And
it wasn't that the court part took forever. I think it took a very long time to get to that point because of his defense attorneys. So I would also say that his defense attorneys were losers.
Yeah, his defense attorneys were fucking losers.
Yeah. So yeah, that guy is a loser. He's a piece of shit.
He is.
And
he was just was he a Harvard guy? He went somewhere and he was like an A student and he thought he was the smartest guy in the world and thought he could get away with it and obviously didn't.
Well, his defense was trying to basically say he was autistic or something on the spectrum, and that's why he can't be helped. He's just a psychopath.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure
Yeah,
most psychopaths are probably a touch autistic because they're emotionally detached from what they're doing.
Yeah. Like during the whole thing, I was listening to it and watching the families just berate him, and he was just sitting there, straight faced, not really reacting at all. It's like, how is this?
Oh yeah,
This is crazy.
That dude doesn't care. He's a piece of shit.
Yep.
Speaking of shit, buy our shit at lostcommon.com.
Buy our shit.
Hit that merch link. My loser is, and I don't know if we talked about this last week. We may have, but this just seems like it just keeps going and going. And WNBA players.
Yep.
We're going to be talking about one of them later on. But, and then that video you sent me of what? Give me some context. I wish I would have put it on the show. Was it just was that one of the top players that couldn't make a layup?
Oh, it was Angel Reese. So there's this TikTok channel that I follow, and they basically make fun of her the whole time because she thinks she's one of the top players, and she's Caitlin's rival, even though I have no idea how it's even a rivalry anymore. But she's known for me-bound. Like she'll go in, she'll try a layup, miss a wide open layup, and then get her own rebound, and she'll put up shots that she knows are going to miss just so she can get her own rebound. But this TikTok video, they just make fun of her the entire time. It's like, oh, she's going to get another one. Nope. Keep giving her the ball. And she's just dumb.
You know what I noticed in that video clip? WNBA is super boring to watch. It just doesn't have. It's like watching a high school basketball game. You just don't have the speed, and I mean, you'll see an NBA player do some weird, wonky shit that you didn't even like. They'll cross through someone through a dude's legs and flip in a freaking layup. Just weird shit like that. But I'm like watching it, I'm like, well, that's lame. But the whole pace of the game is slower. It seems boring.
It is.
Basketball is boring to me anyway, though. But
well, that's the whole thing. It's always been like that. I mean, there are players, and there have been some players that are good in the WNBA. They're just very few and far between. But a lot of teams, they do like that slower pace, and it just drives people nuts. That's why the WNBA loses money every single year. But now, with some of the newer players like Caitlin Clark, who is the new face of the WNBA,
brand new, already bitching about her paycheck.
Whether people like her or not, I have my own opinion on that part. But
you think she should make all the money in the world?
Well, I think she wore the shirt, and she was talking about this mainly as a solidarity thing. She does not need her WNBA paycheck. She makes millions outside of it, so she's fine.
Well, yeah, endorsements, and then I think if you have a player, I don't know how you like some kind of commission thing, whether you sell jerseys, shirts, whatever. If you have specific players that are drawing people in and selling more tickets, then yeah, they should make more money. You have your base salary plus, and that's a way of like paying someone for being better at the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We talked about it last week. I just think it's so dumb. It's like, we want more money. You're already losing money. You're nothing more than a tax write-off.
Well, yeah, they've always lost like 10 million every year, and then now last year they lost 40 to 50 million, basically because Caitlin Clark came in, and now they're selling more stuff, but they're also doing a whole bunch of others, and they got a new team, and now they're adding 4 more teams to really stupid markets. It's just dumb.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
I don't understand how they expect to make money.
I heard the NFL loses money.
No, they don't.
Someone said like the NFL itself I don't know what they were talking about because someone was saying that football loses money, maybe because of all the, and I don't know if it's not the league, but like maybe the TV stations or like because the amount of technology and equipment that goes into how they produce the game, but the reach is so huge that it's worth it.
It's a worldwide sport, and it's getting more popularity.
And I'm not saying they are. I heard someone say they are. It didn't make any sense to me.
They're not. It's actually experiencing record profits. The league's revenue has consistently increased, with the most recent fiscal year surpassing $23 billion, according to Sports Business Journal.
I wonder who I was listening to. Maybe they were talking about soccer. I could see them losing money.
Soccer might. Just because
soccer worldwide
slowly losing.
I don't know. Football is taking over. The real football.
Football is good. Football is life.
Yeah, I heard. But someone said, like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
No, NFL does not lose money.
That's like the largest.
the only one that does is the WNBA.
Yeah, it's sad that they complain about it and want more money. Who's your winner?
My winner.
Respond and you can talk about your winner. I saw you go. Oh.
My winner. Really don't know who the winner would be. Dexter. I've been watching the new show and it's actually pretty good. Otherwise, football. Football is definitely my winner. Because it is football season. Last night was the first preseason game, the Hall of Fame game. It was football, but it was not a very good football game. The Chargers pretty much handled the Lions on that one, but
when does that?
It was the first game, so it was all second, third string, fourth string people. So, but it was football, and it's back every week until February. So suck it.
Well, hell yeah! I pretty much only watch Super Bowl because I can't get the Bears games down here anymore. And I'm not paying extra to be disappointed, Matt.
Why would you want the Bears game?
I'm a Bears fan. I'm a Cubs fan. Chicago fan. Just damn.
Cubs fan, I agree. Cubs fan, I'll agree with.
My family was Cub fans and Bears fans, so I just stuck with it. I don't know who the hell's on the team anymore, but about once every 100 years. Well, let's say every 30. I gotta see the Bears do something. Same thing with the Cubs. Well, a little over 100 years, so I'm not gonna see them win another world championship.
They did theirs.
Maybe with new gene therapy, you never know. I'm gonna have to change my winner because both of the people I have on the notes are losers. I just realized that when I looked at the name. Teresa Theedage or whatever. That's the chief of police in Cincinnati that was blaming the victims for the beatdown that we'll be talking about.
Oh.
So she is not my winner. I'm going to say, just recently in the last few weeks, I'm going to say moviegoers, Matt. They're my winners.
Ah, yeah.
Movies have sucked a little less.
Little bit, yeah. It's definitely movie season. And
seems like some stuff's changing. Hopefully, and it stays that way, and we're just on an upward trajectory. But I'm going to go with moviegoers as my winner because I put down two losers.
I didn't even know who that other person was, so I didn't catch it.
Yeah, she's the chief of police of Cincinnati, and she came out, and same thing with some state representative that were blaming the victims. Now, I know there's more to the story, and we'll talk about it in the happenings of the week, but yeah, she just no, it's she was victim blaming is basically what she was doing, but.
I hate that.
I was reading the name like, who is that? Oh, that's a loser.
Loser.
She's not a winner. So, yeah. All right, well, we're going to run into the Trump Truth of the Week.
Trump Truth.
What I say is what I say.
And the Trump Truth of the Week is Republicans, when in doubt, vote the exact opposite of Senator Susan Collins. Generally speaking, you can't go wrong. Thanks for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. And that was the Trump Truth of...
What I say is what I say.
I don't think we have a...
Doge update?
Doge update. So we're going to go ahead and roll into Happenings of the Week. Brought to you by Elevate Your Cook with Yummy Tummy Barbecue Sauces. Founded in Amarillo, Texas by Quad City Iowans, we craft every bottle with whole ingredients like ripe peaches and zesty jalapenos. Our pride, simple, easy-to-read ingredients delivering bold, smoky, and tangy flavor. Visit YummyTummyBBQ.com and pick the sauce and or sauces that's best for you and taste the honest Yummy Tummy difference. Use promo code LOSTCOMMON for 10% off your first order.
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening? What is happening?
So,
What's happening?
our first story is the New York City shooting. And I think it was considered a mass shooting because 5 people tragically died by this guy who could be a white guy, according to CNN.
That's right. I forgot.
Looks
He's white.
slightly Blasian, but yeah,
Like Tiger Woods.
I don't know. He's half Japanese and half black, I guess, but I just don't know how. There were no pictures around the internet whatsoever that would make you think that he's
white.
And
Could
I'm
be.
not even trying to racially profile anybody. I just think it's freaking stupid how everybody tries to make it about race.
Yeah, you don't want to assume anything, Josh. He could very well be white.
Here's what I don't get, okay? And so, picture on the right, take it in. Dude's literally strutting in with an AR-15. Looks like he's got a suppressor. He's got some kind of optic 30-round mag. Everyone's like, oh, AR-15, 30-round mag. And it is a deadly gun. That's why it's so popular. Not because it's deadly for humans, but it's a very nice, usable, accurate rifle. So, New York City, the only people that can own an idiot rifle that I know of, more specifically an AR-15, are retired police officers who got the rifle during their service. So, one of the problems that I found out or read, and I thought one of the security guards, was it one or two? Do you know much about this story?
I know
was it one
that
or two police officers that died?
I thought it was one.
See, that's what I thought, but I thought it was a female officer, but I guess it was a male officer.
I'm looking stuff up right now. So it says 4 dead, including off-duty NYPD police officer in Midtown Manhattan.
And I think that police officer was moonlighting as a security guard for the building.
Probably was, because it was the NFL building, wasn't it? The NFL headquarters.
That's why he was there, supposedly.
Yeah, because he said there's a note in his pocket that said he had CTE and asking that his brain be studied. So he went in there to die so they could study his brain.
But he shot himself in the head with a rifle.
I didn't say he was smart. He had CTE.
Didn't he also say he got up playing in the NFL that he never played in?
He never played in the NFL. He played high school football.
Yeah, I know he never played in the NFL. I feel like the note, I don't know, some people are so quick to report on things, but some people said that he said that he got it playing football in the NFL, but he never did. He played in high school.
Right. Okay, it says, we have reason to believe he was focused on the NFL agency that was located in the building. Blah, blah, blah. He appeared to have blamed the NFL for his injury.
And what I don't understand...
But they don't even know yet if he actually did have CTE.
Well, and obviously, if you're willing to drive from Las Vegas or Nevada all the way to New York City, almost straight, because apparently he made it in 2 days, and then strut your ass into a building and start shooting people, you're obviously crazy. But
yeah,
the way he was strutting in, I don't know if he had body armor on or not. I think it's stupid that you have a security guard that's not armed. That could have ended right there in the lobby.
Yeah, I'm
he
looking.
Was an
there's
unarmed security guard. I know that.
There's a picture of the whole area that he's walking up in. and there's two people like looking at him that are way behind him, but they're just bystanders. I don't know.
Well, just think about that though. So New York is, and they have a hellacious amount of gun crime, murder, whatever, because criminals don't give a shit about your gun laws.
Right.
So let's say that they weren't a communist city and they did allow people to conceal carry. Okay. Just conceal carry. Okay. They still have their dystopian, you can't own an AR-15 and possess one in New York City. Well, if you have law-abiding concealed carry citizens and they see some dude strutting through with an AR-15, you automatically know he's probably up to no good.
Yeah.
And just doing that act in a place where they're banned is a deadly threat.
Yeah.
And that guy would have been put down before he got into the building. That's what I don't understand. Like, I don't get, like, you can legally, brandish an AR-15 in Texas. I don't know why the hell you would just walk around with one. I think you're fighting trouble.
Because you just want attention.
I mean, there was a guy, I think it was Austin. It was at a protest, and he had an AK-47 and was dumb enough to point it at someone who took that as a deadly threat, and the guy he pointed it at shot him, and he died. So
wow.
I think, guns don't kill people. People kill people.
People kill people.
Except for possibly the SIG P320.
What?
Yeah, this is actually a sad story. So the Air Force has a contract with SIG. They don't call it the P320. It's some military designation. It's the exact same gun.
Right.
But apparently this Air Force officer member was at the range. And that's what I don't understand. Like, there wasn't like a lot of info to the story. Apparently set the gun down, and by setting it down, it jostled the gun enough to where it just went off, shot him in the chest, and he died.
Okay.
Now, what I don't understand is if it was the same person who had the firearm that the gun shot, you should never lay a loaded weapon. I don't care if it's got a safety or whatever down toward yourself. But there's a video of a guy on YouTube that has that gun. He loaded it with blanks. Had his hand off the trigger, was just holding the slide and was shaking it, and it was going off. But SIG denies that the gun's has any drop safe or anything. So in that one instance, I mean, guns do kill people.
Yeah.
Like the gun
just
itself.
don't get that gun.
Yeah. It just failed all kinds of drop tests. Like there have been people thrown off of like chat boards and stuff for saying bad things about SIG because, I mean, I like Glock. I own a SIG, not that one. I'm not a fanboy of any type of gun to where it's like, oh, no, they can do no wrong. You shut your whore sinful mouth. But both SIG and Glock have people like that. But it's just, I think that it's another example. And then, did you see any of the reactions that came out of that shooting?
No, not too much.
Let's just put it this way. The Democrats no longer give a shit about the optics of capitalizing on tragedy. They're like, yeah, I mean, the loss of life was bad, but we need to ban guns. We need to ban guns. It's like, well, they're banning.
Yeah, because people are really going to care. Yeah, people are really going to give a shit about your ban.
Well, the only way they can do that is they're going to have to go around and confiscate all the guns. It has to be a 100% gun ban, and you're never going to ban it from, you're never going to ban it from criminals, so it doesn't matter. I mean, you can get the Fast and Furious guns that Obama sent over to Mexico. Let's see here. What we got? So here's a video of the Cincinnati fight and the victim next to it. And this was random as shit. Apparently this is at a jazz festival or something. I did hear that the initial physical contact was made by one of the white dudes getting his ass kicked.
Yes.
That kicked this all off. I don't think that lady hit anybody. She got rocked.
He was talking to a group of people, and then this other black lady came over and decked her behind. Yeah.
Apparently, there wasn't a 911 call made until after this happened.
Yeah, only one person was even trying to help them. Everybody else was hooting and hollering and doing that.
Is this on loop?
No.
It's just that long? What the hell?
Yeah, it lasted forever. They just kept beating the crap out of him.
Well, and I don't know like what led up to it, but like words are not gonna. You're not gonna be able to use words as self-defense. And I don't think people realize that you can seriously fuck somebody up by punching them in the head.
Sorry, I thought somebody was.
I mean, the guy who.
So, yeah, there, that. And then the guy.
Just walked up and punched her?
He was nearby, but yeah, he decked her. The ladies were getting in a fight, and he came up and decked her.
Well, you know, it takes a real man to cold cock a woman.
Wake her up! Help her up! Whoa!
I don't know. It's just the... And it's not just that. We have a real problem. And I don't know if people like film this shit like, oh, I need to film this so I can catch this. But we have a real problem in this country where like people don't help people and they don't call, 911 for shit. Like if someone needs help, they're sitting there fucking filming it instead of calling 911 because, oh, I want to go viral. I need to get this on the internet.
Right. That's what I don't understand. You have all those people and they're just trying to join in and they don't even know what the hell, they probably don't even know what the hell's going on. They're just joining in or getting their phones out and hooting and hollering.
That guy filmed. I'm assuming it was a guy filming. That
guy. Yeah. Yes. But no, you have these people and then they're just more worried about filming it and seeing it instead of, hey, that's a human being. Don't care if they're right or wrong about anything. We need to help them out.
Yeah, sure see, okay. I don't know what led up to the altercation. I mean, maybe the guy was talking mad shit and he got what he deserved. I don't know. I doubt the girl did. But
so the guy... Yeah, so I saw another video. What's that?
You probably know more about this than me. I didn't look into it.
A little bit. No, the guy... I think they were in an argument. The guy and some other dudes were in an argument. The white guy that was getting his ass beat, he did do a small little slap to someone. He like barely touched him, but he did slap him in the face. And then right after that, that's when that happened.
Well, I'm not going to lie. If you make physical contact with somebody...
So he just did a little kind of thing to him, but...
Well, the thing with bro code stuff, that's horrendously disrespectful. So, I mean, that is going to... I can see how that would kick off an ass whooping, whether it's a total beatdown with, and I don't know if it was one guy kicking his ass. I don't believe in.
Oh, it was everybody that was in the vicinity.
Yeah. See, I have a rule of thumb where because everybody has their friend, you go to the bar, they talk a bunch of shit and they always end up getting in fights. Yep. I am not, and I try to avoid fights because I have temper issues. So I just avoid them.
Yep.
But so if a guy's talking shit and he gets in a fight, and he starts getting his ass kicked, I mean, I'm going to let it play out up until the point where, like, all right, he got his ass kicked. I'm not going to join in and, kick his ass, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no.
I can do elbow drops on him and kick him in the face when he's trying to get up.
But, that, I mean, I don't know what all went down, whatever. But what was horrendously disturbing to me on top of that, and more so to me, is the fact that no one called 911 until after. Because we're all watchers. Nobody reacts. No one tries to break it up or cool it down or, whatever. If someone's just getting fucking rocked. I never had a buddy. Got in a fight. And started getting his ass kicked. And once it was like, all right, you won the argument. You're right. He's wrong. You need to back off.
Mm-hmm.
And same dude in different states. They've had fights where like he'd get in a fight and I'd see one of his buddies coming in and I'd be like, nope. It's like those two are fighting and I don't want to fight because A, I don't want to hurt in the morning. And two, I'm going to do my best to make sure we're all hurting in the morning. So I just assume not get in a fight. So it's like, keep it fair, but I mean, I don't know. I just, that's, and it's not just with fights. It's just with all kinds of shit. If someone needs help, like say they're stranded or something like that, phone.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It seems like we've kind of lost our soul as a society a bit.
It's just dumb. And then you have people that are just like, I was flipping through TikTok and now all of a sudden I'm getting all these videos of people just standing outside businesses filming because they're on a sidewalk and nobody could do anything about it just to stir up trouble. And it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's like all the businesses will get mad at them, tell them to leave. And they're like, I don't have to. I'm on public property. First Amendment.
Yeah, but you cannot block emergency responders.
Right.
And, how they get through you is up to them.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I did not realize I had my baton in my hand. That's my bad. And that was your face. I apologize. That's why I always carry some Reese's Pieces in my pockets. Here you go. There you go. Have you, what are your thoughts on, there seems to be more and more shit coming out about the Russia hoax and Hillary Clinton.
I don't know much about it.
Barack Obama.
Yeah, that hoax. Okay. I haven't delved too deep into it. What are your thoughts?
I mean, more or less. Everybody knew it was fake. Everybody knew that they was hired by Hillary Clinton. I did not know up until recently that it seems that Obama knew about it, knew that it was fake, and pushed it anyway. Because a big part, and you can make the argument, Trump totally ruined Obama's legacy because as the president, he really wasn't that good of a president. I mean, you can track the split of the nation to his presidency, and it had nothing to do with him being black or any of that.
Right.
That's when all the race baiting and all that shit really kicked off. And like him saying, if I had a son, he would have looked like Trayvon Martin or whatever. He literally said that. Just the most ignorant shit you could say as the leader of the free world of everybody. You're not a president to this group, that group. That you're the president to everybody. Mm-hmm. So why you come out and say something that fucking stupid, I don't know. But to find out that, and I think they really wanted to stop him because I don't know if they knew that Trump was a populist. And the one good thing about Trump he's a huge narcissist. Anybody who runs for president is really, but Trump's a huge narcissist. And I know that about him. He is.
No.
The one good thing about a narcissist is they want to be the best. They want to be remembered, and they want to be like, I did this, I did that. So
the best ever.
Stuff,
best ever do it.
The best ever, fantastical. But like in his vanity to be the best and be remembered for, making America great again or whatever, that benefits us. So cool. I'm fine with it. He might be bombastic and slightly annoying at times with some of the stuff that he does and how he constantly repeats stuff, but I don't know if they foresaw that happening, but they really, and maybe because he kind of ran on Drain the Swamp, but they really didn't want him in. And this was shit that Obama was doing when he was still the sitting president.
Yeah.
So I don't think anything's going to come of it. I think Trump already came out and said that he's immune from it. Probably because there's no way you could say it was his presidential duties or whatever, shit. It was my duty to try to thwart the incoming president. I don't know how that stands. And I don't think treason has a statute of limitations.
I don't think so. No, I don't know. I just know when it came out, Trump just lost his shit. He was just talking about something else, and then anytime it gets brought up, he just goes off on it and oh shit.
Well, and I think it came up within the last 2 weeks that we have had a show.
Yeah.
that Dan Bongino came out and said the stuff that he's uncovered being the deputy director of the FBI will change him for the rest of his life.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm sure there is a bunch of messed up shit. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. I don't know if they had to sign some kind of NDA when they joined, but
probably 100 of them.
I mean, when he gets out, it'd be interesting to see what he says. But I think there is a lot of, and that's why I don't think anything's really going to change. Because I don't know if they get stuff on people or there was some. I can't remember if it was Cotton or who's that other popular Republican that's on all the time. He's a senator, Holly. I don't know if it was Holly or Cotton, but one of them was basically saying something about what Nancy Pelosi's stock market track record. Oh, there's no problem with that. I'm like, well, way to come out and say that you're benefiting off insider trading too.
Right.
It's like
what
just,
didn't Johnson?
Hmm?
Didn't Johnson come out and say, "Oh yeah, she went from making $140,000 a year to worth millions."
Yeah, I think the Speaker of the House. I think you're up
like
over
a year.
200. But she's been in public service her entire life. Same with Joe Biden. Yet somehow they're multimillionaires in the hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And it's I just oh.
He's like her profile grew within like a year.
Yeah. Do you think? I mean, this isn't really in the questions, but it's got my brain thinking. Do you think that there's any way of actually draining the swamp, or do you think we're just fucked and just waiting for it to finally collapse? Because there'll never be another Trump.
Right.
There'll never be I mean, not in our lifetime. I doubt you'll see another Teflon Don where someone can just get away with the shit he does. I mean, he may end up going down as one of the most political geniuses in the history of the country, because of the shit that he.
Something.
I don't know. Like, people can talk shit about him all they want, but with his attitude, his personality, the way he treats people, he does get things done. You might like him or hate him, but I would say things are better now than they were.
Right.
But how?
I don't know. I
don't know. It's like he's got some kind of weird sixth sense about politics. I guess because of the businessman background. Or I don't know.
I would say that. I mean, anything he's been part of, he like you said, he's the huge narcissist. He always wants to be the best at everything, and he's always been good with people and kind of strategizing. I don't think there's going to be another president like him. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to try to be like him or just to get attention, whatever. But no, nothing quite like him. I think there's only one Donald Trump.
Yeah, I think that'll be a problem too. You're going to see a lot of fakes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you find someone like Trump, I mean, J.D. Vance, I mean, he's pretty genuine in his own way. He's not trying to be Trump. Vance is Vance. But if you find someone like Trump, I think that's why there's the whole Teflon Don thing. Because it's just who he is. So if you're genuine, you might be able to pull it off. But if you're pretending, you're like, oh, I'll work for Trump. I mean, that's, ever since Trump said, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. The left has been dropping F-bombs, not as many as Hunter Biden. But anyway, dude, holy crap.
Jesus.
But I don't know. It's just.
Well, I think he's changed everything now, because now I think going forward, people are going to be less. I think it's going to bring political correctness down, if that's the right term. People aren't going to try to be as professional or politically correct when they're talking like me.
I hate that about people. I hate that about politicians. I think it makes them unreal, and I think it makes them liars.
I agree.
I would rather take someone who's rough around the edges and is just, they are who they are.
Yeah.
Really, that's probably what draws people, to Trump, to like him. You might, like I say, like him or hate him, Trump's Trump. He's genuine.
Yeah.
He's not pretending. He can be super annoying sometimes. and like way
But
over
he's
the
going to
top.
say what's on his mind.
Well, and that Russia thing was kind of a two-part. It's not a two-part story as they're connected, but I don't know if you heard about the short-lived presidency of some guy. I can't remember his name. Very Russian-sounding. He was the president between Putin's first and current presidency, and now he's got some defensive status job thing. But he's on Twitter talking shit, basically threatening the United States, telling Trump that you better stop, I guess, bluffing or whatever. He's basically saying you better stop talking tough on Russia or you're going to end up getting in a hot war with Russia. And I don't know. He seems really he's the guy. I don't know if you remember seeing the video of Obama being on a hot mic talking to the Russian president saying, I'll be able to do more once I get reelected. You know, no, it's not more like George Bush, but whatever.
I think I remember
I'll be able to do more once I'm reelected. That also sounds like George Bush. I don't know why.
I was going to say that, W.
But that's the guy I'm talking about. When he said, once I get reelected, I'll be more flexible or whatever. But Trump ended up saying, okay, yeah, cool. Let's send a couple nuclear subs out to these two locations. So they did.
Oh, yeah.
He's pre-positioned 2 nuclear subs.
So veil threat to Russia. Sorry, I'm reading.
Has Trump ever done anything on the world stage, which, again, like him or hate him, I think he is probably one of our best presidents as far as foreign affairs go or whatever. As far as cooling shit down and getting what the world to do what he needs them to do to better America. I think he's very
I'll
good.
say that.
I think he's very good at that.
Yeah, he's very good with people. So he knows what buttons to push and how hard he can push them. Usually. Normally.
But are there any examples on the world stage where you would think that he's a bluffer?
I mean, sometimes he doesn't always say what he has planned, like with the whole Iran bombing thing. He was like, oh, yeah, we'll give him a few weeks, and then he just does it the next day.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, this guy is saying Trump better cool down his rhetoric because, you know, he's all smoke and mirrors, and he might end up getting him, you know, the U.S. in a war with Russia, like thinking that Trump's bluffing.
Oh, no, I don't think Trump would bluff about shit like that, no.
Yeah, I think that's why the funny thing is I'm surprised this guy is still allowed to talk because it's Russia.
Yeah.
You know, if people don't like you in Russia, they just Clinton you. But I thought that was interesting. So I'm not exactly sure where he positioned the subs. I don't think anybody knows, but I know he sent out 2 nuclear subs that are full of those super sweet Tomahawk missiles, and they may or may not have a couple nukes.
Dmitry Medvedev.
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 Very Russian sounding. I was right.
Yeah.
So I kind of got his name right. It's very Russian sounding.
Yeah. And he's the current deputy chairman of its Security Council.
Yeah. So, yeah, I knew it had something to do with that. But, yeah, he was talking shit to Trump. Did you find his X tweet or whatever?
Whose?
Shit.
I haven't yet, but here's a quote from Trump. It says, I have ordered 2 nuclear submarines to be positioned in the appropriate regions just in case these foolish and inflammatory statements are more than just that. Words are very important and can often lead to unintended consequences. I hope this will not be one of those instances. Thank you for your attention to this matter. He said the move was an effort to be prepared. Come on, where's the...
I know it was in response to that guy's tweet, but I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, because he's saying the guy was stupid. He was talking about nuclear. When you talk about nuclear, we have to be prepared, and we're totally prepared.
Plus, we're working on the Golden Dome.
I'm trying to find his thing.
It just sounds Trump-y to me.
Trump also wrote, this is Biden's war, not Trump's. I'm just here to see if I can stop it.
Yeah, well, and he's making moves with his tariffs and trade deals that is going to choke off Russia, because they don't give a shit about sanctions. If you cut off people from buying their cheap oil and gas, then that's what hurts Russia. But as long as China buys it, it doesn't matter. They're a big consumer. So, yeah, I just kind of wanted your thoughts on that. I actually skipped over the actual, what's her name? Brittany
Griner?
Brittany Griner, yeah. I guess this is the actual, the thing. Is this what she got kicked out of the WNBA for? Like, she's out?
No, she just got ejected from the game.
Man, people are so hyperbolic on the internet. They're like, oh, she got kicked out of the WNBA. But I guess this is the video.
JJ averaging 11.5 games as a starter. Griner, no. Jones just pokes it away and then commits the foul. How about the effort by Haley Jones, and Griner wants the foul. Talking to Angelica Suffren, I don't think she's going to get it, and she's going to get a tee. Now here it comes. And
you can't hit the ref.
She's gone.
She just chest bumped her with her obvious pectorials.
So she does this all the time. She gets so mad. Like, she got mad at Caitlin Clark.
They tried to get involved.
No, you should better watch it. Caitlin Clark better watch it.
She got mad because Caitlin was smart. She likes to goat people into stuff, and she loves pushing buttons.
Throws them off.
And she definitely pushed hers. Yeah, it gets her off her game, and then she Brittany Griner sat down. She's like, oh, trash, fucking white girl. You could read her lips. She denied saying it, but then this is also the person that gets mad. She's like, well, yeah, ever since like last year when Caitlin came in, you're playing and there's this rumbling from the stands and stuff, and you look around and there's actually people there, and it's so distracting.
She's not used to playing in front of fans.
What? I know. And then she's mad that they don't get paid. I was like, what? Huh?
Okay, I gotta ask, and I think, is she a dude?
I'm pretty sure. I'm convinced she is. I mean, what'd she say? I think her partner is pregnant, and she made a comment that they did it naturally. I was like,
well, you can't.
How did you do that?
You can't do that with two ladies.
Yeah, doesn't work.
Who's the donor? If you don't have a donor,
I don't know.
I don't know. I just here's what I don't get. She's 1,000 billion, quadrillion, Googleplex, whatever, not worth trading the fucking Lord of War for.
Lord of War.
Like, you know what the Lord of War gets you? Every single U.S. prisoner that Russia has. Period. Nope.
It's Brittany Griner.
Yeah, we're gonna get it for Brittany Griner because, she likes weed.
Because they want to put her in male Gen Pop.
May or may not be a dude. I heard that was a thing. Was that a thing?
Which one?
The Russians wanted to put her in male Gen Pop.
Yeah, she said it in an interview the other day, and she was like, I ain't going in there. I was like, you're going to go where they put you, but okay.
Why would they want to put you in there? Why would you even tell that story?
I don't.
They wanted to put me in with the dudes.
Yeah.
I'm not a dude.
Are you?
Or are you not up on the American Eagle?
I am very much up on American Eagle.
Yeah, on the little
that commercial
snafu.
Did they do something?
Let's take a look at this and then get your comments on it.
Okay.
Those are ugly jeans.
Yeah, she should just take them off. That's probably another garbage.
Be honest though, Matt.
Sydney Sweeney has
Take
very
away
keen.
the famous part, and she's like average.
Yeah,
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often
That's-
determining traits like hair color, personality.
And she has that
Even eye
stupid
color.
burnout voice, and it's fucking annoying.
My
Her
genes
voice
are
is
blue.
very annoying.
Sydney Sweeney has very keen.
Totally just talking about denim, right?
Just a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman explaining how her good
I went ahead
genes
and
gave
put
her
some blonde
personality and
in,
purity.
too.
I mean, are we really
I
going
totally
to
stole
pretend
this
that this
clip from
isn't
the
a
Matt
little
Walsh show.
fashy-coded? Look, I'm not saying that Sydney Sweeney personally wrote this ad to revive the Third Reich, but American Eagle absolutely knew what they were.
Would we be surprised that a company whose name is literally American Eagle is making fascist propaganda like this? Probably
You have
not.
one with the lady
But
saying
it's still
her
really
initials, I
shocking.
think.
Like a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman
Does she
is
have blue
talking
eyes?
about her good genes.
I don't know,
Was
but
it complaining
she's a
about
natural
that Sydney
brunette.
Sweeney jeans ad, so I went and saw it.
That's Nazi propaganda.
You haven't fully comprehended how
eyebrows.
bad it is. I need you to open your eyeballs and listen.
Those
This
fucking eyebrows.
is Nazi.
Open your eyeballs
pure
and listen.
Nazi.
Listen with your
Saying
eyeballs.
that a blonde-haired,
She looks
blue-eyed girl
surprised
has
all the time.
good genes.
Sweeney's jeans ad is giving ethnic steak propaganda. It is giving dystopian. It is giving 1940s Germany. And they could have had her said anything. She could have just said, I'm hot, drink my bathwater, here are my jeans. But instead they had her say, genes are passed down from parents to children. I have good
Maybe her
genes.
mom's hot.
My jeans are blue.
Maybe
So I
her
don't
mom's
understand
hot.
about.
I don't know.
So you see all this. Analyze it. Break it down for us, Matt. What's going on here? What's going on, buddy?
People are fucking stupid. You got this. Since the beginning of marketing, you use the most attractive people to market your stuff because then people will buy it. So you get a girl with a very nice ass and a very nice other assets to market your jeans. That is JEANS, not GENES. Yes, there may be a little double entendre, but that's just because, hey,
It's called creative wordplay.
Yeah. And then people are like, oh my God, it's a blonde who's not really a blonde. She just went blonde because she gets more attention that way.
I'm not even 100% sure she has blue eyes.
I don't know if she does or not. I don't know. I don't usually look at her eyes.
You're looking at her boobies.
In Euphoria, yes. If you ever watched an episode of Euphoria, yes, you are not looking at her eyes.
I never heard of that. Is that a show?
It is a show on HBO. That's what she kind of how she
I
got
don't
her
have
start.
HBO anymore.
It
I
was
lost
good.
it when
And
I
then she
changed
just did
internet
another.
providers.
She just did another movie. I think it's on Netflix still. It's got the guy from Twister.
You mean the guy from Maverick?
Yes.
Hangman?
Yep. Hangman. Yeah. It's just they will nitpick anything and say it's Nazi propaganda. They got Megyn Kelly to kind of flip her opinion on Sydney Sweeney, though. It's kind of funny to see that.
There was kind of
Because
a...
first she didn't like her. And
well,
then
there was
now
a
she's
hit
like,
thing going along. I don't know why on a lot of conservative things on Sydney Sweeney's not that hot. And I've seen quite a few conservative people like being pissed off at her about something. But
yeah.
If you notice, a lot of those people probably aren't. There is nothing she said that was like inaccurate as far as you get your genes from your parents and your ancestors. Right. That is 1,000% accurate.
Right.
The funny thing is how out of touch and dense do you have to be on the left and bring up the term eugenics? Literally started by the Progressive Party, the founder of Planned Parenthood, who wanted to weed out the black population in America through eugenics. Democrats, liberals, Democrats. There was no switch. They're literally always the worst people in the country.
Mm-hmm.
The people in charge. And you got to be ballsy to bring that up.
Yeah.
I was thought about eugenics. We should all have blonde hair, blue eyes. Like, that is 1,000%. You didn't even name off any of that. And most of the people bitching about it are a little schlumpy, Matt.
Yeah, it's just fucking stupid. And then they're like, it's like, okay, Beyonce did an ad like that. Nobody said shit. And then you got Levi's, I think it's Levi's, who has a guy wearing bra. I think. I don't know. I can't remember what that was. It was weird.
A Levi.
They had a guy doing one of their feminine ads. It was interesting.
I think I might have an idea.
But no, it's just stupid. Like, yeah, there's always been a thing. It's like, is Sydney super hot or not? It's like, it doesn't matter. She's attractive. She's doing this. I mean, I didn't hear this much backlash when they did the stuff like with Paris Hilton back in the day, or Kate Upton, or anything years ago. Now all of a sudden, she's Sydney Sweeney, someone with SS for their initials, is doing this Gene commercial.
Well, here's the thing, Matt. Okay, this is where this all stems from. There was a problem, probably in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, where they made all these models that were unrealistically skinny. Most of them were anorexic and malnutrition. So then it made a lot of younger people act like that because they thought that was beauty. So then, like we do with everything in this country, we went far over to the other side. We're like, no, being 400 pounds and finding chicken wings in your folds is beautiful. Like, we kind of changed it. So what this is doing, and these are all and there's nothing wrong with being average. You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But here's the thing. There is like that where, you know, some people are into 600-pound people, you know, whatever. That's your jam.
Yeah.
Get after it. Universal beauty, all that is symmetry. If you have a symmetrical face, people are going to find you attractive. That's what it is. That's really, when you break it down to the bare bones of it, beauty is symmetry.
Mm-hmm.
If you have equal distance and, you know, all this to your face, you will be an attractive person. That's why people are now going after the Dunkin' Donuts commercial with some dude in it, because same thing. Oh, look at that. He's got bleach blonde hair, blue eyes. It has kind of olive tone to his skin, but that's just fake bacon. That's all about eugenics, too. And
I never heard it. I didn't hear that.
Yep,
yet.
just came out today.
Oh,
So
wow.
Dunkin' Donuts. I like the sun, and the sun likes me. That's why I like the Dunkin' Donuts sun drinky.
Give me donuts.
But yeah, something like that. So it's just a bunch of, like, they're, because, you know, I don't know if you ever walked into Target, like a lot of the posters and stuff like that, the people look a little more frumpy than they used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we do in this country. There's a problem, and there was a problem with unrealistic expectations and people making it about themselves and being like, oh, I need to lose all this weight, and I got to be able to count on my ribs and be super skinny, so I'm going to be anorexic. So that was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
We overcorrect. And now the problem with this one is you overcorrect, and now everybody can be like, oh, yeah, I can eat all these ho-hos and cupcakes and look like a total freak, and that's my beauty. And everyone's going to accept me. But we're on a slow correction now. So now all these people are going to fight
Wally.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right now we're in Wally world.
We'll climb the Wally.
Now we're about 100 years past them coming back to Earth, and they planted crops and they've done manual labor, and they're no longer a bunch of fat asses. So we're kind of coming back.
I resemble that remark. Thanks.
You're working on it though, buddy. You know, that's all that matters. And you look a little red, but you're glowing. You're glowing. You're welcome.
Well, that might just be the drink.
That's probably the alcohol.
Alcohol.
No, but it's just a bunch of people saying, no, average is beautiful and whatever. And whatever. Beauty is in the high. All these people, like everything in modern day life, no one has fucking a self-identity or any self-worth, so they come up with this bullshit to be upset about. It literally means nothing. And if you're upset about this and legitimately insulted, you're a loser.
Yes.
And you need to find purpose in life, because right now you are losing at life. Tell me I'm wrong, Matt. Tell me I'm
not wrong. You are not wrong. 100% right. Oh, and I also found that American Eagle has issued a statement regarding the Sydney Sweeney backlash.
You should read it.
I am. Sydney Sweeney has great genes, is always and was always about the genes with the J. Her genes, her story. We'll continue to celebrate how everyone wears their AE jeans with confidence, their way. Great jeans look good on everyone.
They made another one, too, that was like super sarcastic.
Yeah.
It like was like started out like an apology. I'm like, oh, that's not the way you go. And then they turned it. And I'm like, that's the way you go right there. You throw it back in their faces. Here's the thing. American Eagle jeans suck. They're garbage and they're cheap and they're overpriced. I bought one pair. They wore out. They're literal garbage. I'm not going to go out and buy American Eagle jeans to support or not support this. I don't buy them because they're garbage. That's my personal opinion. American Eagle, if you think I'm wrong, send me free shit. But I think, you know what's a good pair of jeans, Matt? Wranglers.
Them are good.
Those damn things. You can fall off a motorcycle at 100 miles an hour, and you'll probably have half your leg by the time you're done. But if you were wearing American Eagle jeans, you wouldn't have any legs.
No.
That's the difference. Quick thought on Kamala Harris's book coming out, 107 Days by Kamala Harris.
Apparently it's Trump if he was going to buy it. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry.
What? His nephew.
I'm turning into Kevin.
Oh, you're so rude. Such a jerk. No, have you seen that? Have you seen she wrote a book about 107 Days of Failure?
I didn't know what it was about. I heard she wrote a book. Somebody asked Trump today. They said, "Are you going to buy it?" He's like, "No." No, I'm not going to buy it. He's like, nobody knew her last name. Everybody knew her first name. Nobody knew who she was.
It's like, oh, here's my campaign on how to lose a presidential campaign. Like, here's a book. How to lose in 107 days or less.
That's like the O.J. Simpson book. If I did it, here's how I would do it.
Yeah, I don't know. She was on the already dying Colbert show last night or something like that about it.
Was she?
So. That's another reason why late night's failing, because it's not funny. And Jimmy Fallon's kind of funny. He's like the only one that has.
I've always liked Fallon. He
has decent ratings because he doesn't get political. He just tries to be funny.
Not usually. And he gets along with everybody. He just has a good time with everybody.
I thought he was kind of a bitch when he apologized for humanizing Trump, but
yeah,
that was a real bitch move, Matt.
He's just kind of a yes man, but for a yes man, he's all right. I like Fallon. I've liked Fallon for years when he was back in SNL.
No, I think he's funny. I like his skits. He has musical things with people that aren't like, hey, go inject yourself with this experimental vaccine.
My favorite late night hosts are probably Fallon, Conan O'Brien, Craig Ferguson. Ferguson is great, and if anybody would ever be slapped with a sexual harassment, it was definitely him. But all the ladies loved him, and he was great. So,
all right,
he's the guy from Drew Carey show, the Scottish guy.
Oh yeah, I get what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was great.
All right, well, that's all I got for happenings.
Yeah.
You want to roll into your movie review?
All right.
All right, time for Matt's weekly movie review.
We give him the title. He watches the movie. You get the opinion you never asked for. This is Matt's weekly movie review. I like movies.
This week's movie review of the week is Fantastic Four: The First Steps. I went into this movie kind of stressed out because I was really wanting to like it. I was hoping it was great because the last iteration in 2015 was just bad. It sucked. It was terrible. I liked the cast, but it was terrible. This movie did not suck. It was actually pretty good. It was about 2 hours long. It was directed by Matt Shakman, who he did like 43 episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and he directed all of WandaVision, which I actually liked WandaVision. It stars Pedro Pascal, The Mandalorian, Last of Us, Gladiator 2, pretty much any and every movie that's coming out for the foreseeable future has got something to do with Pedro Pascal. Vanessa Kirby, who was in the Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning and Fallout. She was in Hobbs and Shaw. the four family members, the Fantastic Four, they actually had great chemistry. They were great together. They were funny. They were lighthearted. This movie was very family centered, centered around the family. They obviously, Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm, they have their kid, and as soon as the baby comes out, even before the baby comes out, all hell's going to break loose. So I'm not going to spoil it. The villain is great. The new Silver Surfer is wonderful. It's the chick from Ozark, Julia Garner. She was fantastic. And yeah, it was very family centered and comic book accurate. They really wanted to make a point of making it comic book accurate so everybody could kind of figure that out. Overall, it was okay. It wasn't the best movie in the world, especially the best Marvel movie. But since Endgame, it's definitely up there. Since Endgame came out, I was more excited for the mid-credit scene. There is a mid-credit scene in the movie that you need to stay for. The post-credit scene, not so much, but the mid-credit scene, definitely stay for that. And it just made me want the next Marvel movie to come out tomorrow. It needs to come out now, with what's going on. And especially if you know the comic books and who their kid is, then yes, it's going to be very, very good going forward. There was a lot of plot holes that were kind of weird and left me scratching my head of how things were left. But overall, it was a good movie. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. I was entertained the entire time, and it was pretty solid movie. So that is my movie review of the week.
I like movies.
You do like movies.
I do like movies.
That was a good movie. I saw that this weekend or last weekend as well.
Yeah.
I thought the third act was a little choppy, a little rushed. Did it feel rushed to you?
It did. Like they were like, okay, they're trying to figure out how to defeat this villain. It actually ended a lot different than I thought it was going to, especially after watching Thunderbolts. But yeah, it was very rushed. Like they were just trying to get done with it, and get past.
Yeah, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but that, like you, I see. Here's the thing. So, was it a good movie, or has the movies been, especially for Marvel, so lame that's why it's good? But I was surprised when I saw the previews. I thought it was going to be stupid.
Yeah.
But
it's definitely centers around it's supposed to be set in a futuristic 60s, if that makes any sense. So obviously with the smartest man alive, he's going to up technology quite a bit, but it's kind of set in classic times, and especially when the comic books came out. So it's interesting. It's a different world. It was a good movie. I was entertained the whole time. I did have a lot of questions afterwards, but it was better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to suck. I was like praying on the way there, and even in the previews, like, please don't suck. Please don't suck. I thought it blew the 2015 one out of the water. I thought it was a hell of a lot better than that one.
I think the gender swap on the Silver Surfer was pointless, though. I think that was a little harkening back to Disney not being able to let go of their DEI shit, and I think they could have done a lot. They could have done a lot more with that character.
I agree. I think they did get the right actress when they came out and announced that it was going to be a female and everything. I thought that was dumb. I was like, oh yeah, now we're just kind of pandering to the woke crowd, whatever. But the girl they got to play it, Garner, she was very good. I like her as an actress. I liked her in Ozark, and she's been in a few other things. And it was weird. And her and Johnny have their own little dynamic there, but it was also kind of
weird. I don't agree with the gender swap, but I think that was a dumb move, but I do think that she pulled it off to where it worked.
Yes.
So, like, I think they shouldn't have done it, but it worked.
Yeah. I think if they would have got someone like Sydney Sweeney to do it, I don't think it would have been as good.
No, they had good casting, I think. But
yeah,
I think it was a dumb way of doing it. I mean, I don't know, and I don't get in depth into movies probably as much as you do, or some of these other critics and stuff. Or like, do they get into the minutia of everything? But I mean, it seemed to work for me, and it kind of followed the story. So I mean, but yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I haven't seen Superman yet, and I haven't seen Thunderbolts yet, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a real hard time watching Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts, I think that's actually gonna get on streaming here soon, if it's not already.
It just annoys me that they're replacing the Avengers with a bunch of no-powered people.
They're not.
That's what the asterisk is for, Matt. They're the new Avengers.
That's what they're calling themselves, but you need to watch the movie.
And they're not the Avengers. And I don't give a shit what they said about Bucky. It's just...
What did they say about Bucky?
No, like my biggest problem with just the preview is how do you deflect an 8,000-pound vehicle because you have a robo-arm? Oh, he's got Russian steroids. He's like a... What do they call it? A Hydra super soldier.
Yeah, he's the super soldier. He's got the serum in him.
The same serum as Cap. It's not
the Hydra. It's the Hydra serum. They actually joke about that too.
It's worse.
Because Black Widow's dad has the serum.
I don't even think freaking Captain America could deflect a 8,000-pound vehicle getting thrown. Maybe it was the arm.
With his shield.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would still knock him back. I'm just saying. I don't know. There's just something about that specific scene. I'm like, that's fucking bullshit.
That's what you want to bullshit about.
Look,
wait till you see the movie. You're not
I'm
gonna.
a very strange, particular person, and I'll latch onto something that seems a little dumb, and I'm like, gonna ruin the whole damn thing for me.
That's what you.
It's like that.
The Void. The Void is the main villain in this movie, and that's what you go to. Okay.
Yeah. It's like that movie that had the girl that played Scarlet Witch. It was a horror movie, and it was a really good movie until the end. I'm like, this ruined the entire movie for me.
There was a Jake Gyllenhaal movie that did that, and the end was a giant spider that came out of nowhere, and that ruined the entire thing because it was dumb.
I don't know that movie, Matt.
It's weird.
It is weird.
But no, this one was good, and actually the box office in its opening day, this Fantastic Four movie beat out the 2015 version in its entire
run,
U.S. run,
theatrical run,
domestic.
Now, when you
run.
say 2015, you mean the one with the actor that I don't.
The one that with Michael B. Jordan that you hate. Your
I don't hate him.
Actor.
I just don't think he's a good actor.
Your least favorite actor. Him, Miles Teller, and yeah, it was a decent cast. But yeah, they put him as Johnny Storm.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really dislike the movie. I think all this race swapping is bullshit, and if it was done the other way around, there'd be a lot of pissed off people. But I guess they kind of half-assed me. I didn't dislike that movie.
I did.
I think B. Jordan did his normal over-the-top crap acting in that movie, but whatever.
Well, to be fair, he did get his start in a soap opera, so
maybe that's what it is. But you know what? So did the guy from Supernatural, and he is wonderful.
Hanson? Ackles?
Dean. I don't know his real name.
Yep.
The character's name is Dean. He started out in soap operas. He's a.
There's a lot of people that start out in soap operas.
It seems like once you go to the CW and you have a long show, you don't really know much after that. Even though he was in what the fuck is that superhero show on Prime? The Boys?
The Boys, yes.
He was in that.
Yeah.
He's a
no,
great
I know.
Superhero.
Yep. That's
He's
the guy.
A huge dick.
Yeah, I fucking love that show, The Boys.
Yeah,
the final season is coming out soon, and I think they just finished. They just finished it up.
Kind of look forward to that. I do like that show.
That's a good show.
But yeah, well, in the original Fantastic Four wasn't bad, but it was too gimmick. Like, is it gimmicky?
It was
comicky. I mean,
yeah, 90s.
Maybe that's just
it was
what
early
was.
2000s, but it felt 90s to me. I don't know if that makes sense. It was just weird.
Well, it's kind of
like
like the original Spider-Man movies with what's his face,
Toby
Keith. Now, I did think he did a very good job in the last Spider-Man movie, but the original Spider-Man movies were just a little. It's like when they kind of try to mix the comic with the cartoons, and that's what they're.
The third one in that when they had the worst Venom in the world.
Oh my god! Him walking down
that
the street.
one. Yeah, where they had goth Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
That was just the dumbest thing in the world.
I was wondering at some point, does anybody think, hey, this isn't. I like the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, those were
like
good.
Those. I was very upset that guy wasn't Spider-Man in the MCU, but then it made sense where we're like, well, we need to start him out younger. But at least he got into the Spider-Man. I really liked.
MCU, yeah.
I really like Spider-Man. Was it No Way Home or something like that? I really like that one.
Where all three of them come back.
Yep, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
I saw that was one of the few I saw twice in the movie theater.
Ooh. Speaking of Spider-Man, today is actually Spider-Man Day because it's the first day of filming of the new Spider-Man movie, and they released a picture of the new spider suit, and it looks pretty good. But yeah, the Punisher is going to be in this one. They announced that a while ago.
From Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix Punisher. He's going to be in it, and then I think Daredevil is going to be in it at some point, and then they announced Hulk. Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is going to be in it.
So they're going to make it gay.
So it's going to be street level stuff. Hopefully without Mark's politics. And yeah, they're going to be more street
Mark
level.
Ruffalo's
and
a
then
good
they're
actor.
going to
I just don't could give a shit less what he has to say about anything.
Right. Do you see Mel Gibson's speech?
Mm-mm.
He was in California and he did a speech on the not the wildfires, but the fires that destroyed everybody's homes, all the celebrities' homes and stuff.
Well, those are kind of wildfires.
Yeah. He went on a rant about that and basically called Newsom an idiot and said, you need to get the fuck out of power and you guys need to stop voting. Kevin would actually really like it because he was like, stop voting these stupid people in power. Like Newsom and what's her name?
Every single Democrat politician in California. The biggest.
Who's is she the mayor?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember her name.
Yeah,
she's
an idiot.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand though. Like everyone says, the way California goes, the way the country goes. Like no, California and New York City are both examples of what you get when you have one party run systems, and by one party I mean Democrats.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you get one party that was in constant power, it's eventually going to get corrupt and fucked up anyway. It doesn't matter if it's Democrat or Republicans. But Democrats are always, and have always, through literally American history, there was no switch, always lean toward more dystopian, socialist style government. Throughout entire American history, that's all they have always done it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why they do that, but Mel Gibson seems like he's, some of his movies are all right, but he's kind of got that. He kind of reminds me of in his recent movies. Super famous actor who played in Pirates of the Caribbean, who I can't, Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
In Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That's kind of what he reminds me of now.
Well, I always liked Mel Gibson, and then he kind of went weird for a while, and it's still kind of weird, but
Yeah, did he have like an embolism or something?
He had something. he kind of got all racist and yeah, he didn't like people for a while, but then it's funny because he got very angry, and then he got back on the sauce and back on a lot of stuff that Robert Downey Jr. had to get him off of. And it was funny because I think it was during one of the Golden Globes. Downey Jr. was giving him was giving Mel Gibson a lifetime award or something, and he was like, "It's crazy because when I went on my stupor, Mel Gibson dragged me out of the fog, and now I have to drag Mel Gibson out of the fog." It's like, I am one of the worst people to have drag you out of the fog, and I have to do that for Mel Gibson.
Well, yes and no.
Yeah,
because he's been there, he's walked through the fire, so.
Right. No, I agree with that.
Well, it's cool that he did that, but yeah, he's just, I don't know, maybe got into some weird shit and kind of dipped his brain a little bit.
He's doing a follow-up movie to Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, and I'm actually looking forward to that.
Yeah, the resurrection should be interesting.
And then Passion of the Christ is a hard watch.
Oh yeah, we went to that when it first came out. I was in high school. I remember that because we went to a youth group, and yeah.
Well, and the funny thing is like
all the girls ran out.
Well, people can say whether or not they believe in God, whether or not they're Christian, whether or not Jesus was the Son of God, which is basically God's human embodiment on earth. That doesn't matter. The story told in that movie actually happened to a human named Jesus. So the fact that actually happened
from Nazareth.
Yeah, like that. Because that's why I've ran into a few people who are like, well, I don't believe in Jesus. Like, you don't believe in Jesus as like the Son of God or him as in a person? Because that'd be like saying you don't believe in Abraham Lincoln. Like, he's
not real.
Yeah, arguably the most documented human being on the planet. Because he's even in the Quran. He's in Jewish. He's in like everybody recognizes him. Like, so it's like,
yeah.
So yeah, when you watch that, whether or not you believe in God or Jesus or any of that, that actually happened to a human being, and it's a very hard watch.
Yep.
Some people, well, fuck, there were people that left the movie and went to police stations and turned themselves in for murder after watching that.
I remember that.
Like, it was that powerful of a movie.
It was crazy. And it's nuts seeing like all the similarities between Jesus and the actor that played him, Jim Caviezel.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He's a little weird.
He was that. He was in the Count of Monte Cristo, which is one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, I literally just saw that movie for the first time this year.
Really?
Yep.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
Yes, it is a great movie.
Frequency.
Very different from the book, but yes. Frequency was good. Pay It Forward. He's in a show. Was it Person of Interest?
And he was also in this kind of sad. I can't remember the name of it.
The football movie?
No, it was the movie that came out about the guy who was taking down sex traffickers.
Oh yes, yeah. I forgot the name of it too, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep, he was big into that.
He's a little weird in real life, but he's a good actor. I like his movies.
Yeah, I think he was in a movie with J-Lo at one point. I think he was fine. He was kind of normal-ish for somebody out of Hollywood who was trained actor. He was kind of normal-ish, and then he did Passion of the Christ, and I think that messed with him a lot. And not just that, he kind of got blacklisted for a little bit because nobody wanted to hire Jesus.
I hear there's a thing behind that. It's a high risk role to take.
Yeah. But it's crazy. Christian Bale and Willem Dafoe both took the role, and they did okay.
When did Christian Bale play Jesus?
He played Jesus back in... I watched this movie, and it was really weird seeing him as Jesus, but he also played Moses.
I remember that movie. That was a good one.
Christian Bale as Jesus. Mary, Mother of Jesus. It was back in 1999.
Huh.
Skinny Christian Bale.
Not as skinny as he was in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Not as skinny as he was in The Machinist.
Yeah.
Right before Batman.
Yeah, that dude takes... that can't be healthy.
No. No, because he did that. Then he did Batman. Then he did American Hustle, where he got fat. And then he did something else where he got skinny again. Oh, he did Ford versus Ferrari. And then he played... who was the vice president for Bush?
Cheney.
He was Dick Cheney, so he got fat for that.
Ah. Yeah, they make suits. You just wear the suit.
Yeah. He doesn't do suits.
Nope.
I think he did a little for that one. I don't think he got... No, he did get fat. He did get fat for that one.
That's what happened to Russell Crowe.
I think he said he's kind of done doing that now.
That's what Russell Crowe did, and he just never went back. Once you go fat, it's really hard to go back.
I don't know. I know, that's when they were saying they were going to do Gladiator 2. I was like, how is he going to do Gladiator 2? It's like, unless he's going to work out with Chris Hemsworth forever.
Apparently, they eat really good in Elysium, Matt.
What's that?
Apparently, they eat really good in Elysium.
Yeah.
It's Roman heaven.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. I literally pulled that from the movie. I was like, what do they call it again? And if you go and you find yourself in fields of grain and grass and it's all nice, fear not, because you're already in Elysium, because you're already dead. Probably butchered.
You are in Elysium and you're already dead. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I messed it up, but you got the point.
Yeah. You trumped it.
Yeah. All right. Well.
So what am I watching next week?
I don't know. Is there anything coming out? Let's see here.
Naked Gun.
You know what? Yeah. Do that. I hear that dude is dating Pamela Anderson.
Liam Neeson?
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it. They're awfully chummy. They've been awfully chummy, and
yeah, I heard this rumor. You know what? Yeah.
Which is good for him. Good for both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since his wife died, he's been kind of standoffish with his co-star actresses, or not really standoffish, but not getting too close. But this one, he's been all over.
Well, and Pamela Anderson's definitely turned I wouldn't say corner, but definitely changed her views on things.
Yeah.
No makeup for Pamela. Too bad she plucked her eyebrows too much.
She looks very different without makeup.
Well, a lot of people do.
Very different. Yeah. Very different.
So, yeah, I think it'd be a good one, because when I heard that, I'm like, what? I'm like, you know what? I could see him half-ass pulling that off, so I'll be interested to see what your take on that is, and maybe I'll watch that movie this weekend as well.
Yeah, I think I'll see that.
Then we won't tell Kevin about it, so then he'll look stupid. Like he always does.
Yeah.
But you got anything else, Matt? You got anything else for the show? I think it's been a good show. We ran for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome.
I know. So...
Good deal. I don't have anything else. Do you?
No, I think it's been a good show. Make sure everybody likes, shares, subscribe, comment, tell your friends about us.
Yeah.
That way, if the show ever takes off, we might not have to leave or miss episodes because I have to work. So, like regular job that pays the bills. So Yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment below. Until next week, I'm Josh.
And I'm Matt.
And this was The Lost Art of Common Sense.
Common sense.
Common sense.
Common sense. Common sense.
Don't be boring. Be a pirate.
We'll catch you on the flip side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.